Well, Jhonny LaSalle's back. The Painter Man on the scene. Okay, this is a continuation to the video that I made. It says, get out of the ghetto. Okay, and by the way, I know I misspelled ghetto. Ghetto is Ghetto. Forgive me, I'm a painter. Anyways, in that last video, to refresh everyone, I was aiming this for somebody who lives in the ghetto, someone who's poor, someone who is not getting a job or something like that, somebody who needs to supplement income. And in the video, I had stated that you could go collecting cans, okay? You cash in the cans, you accumulate some money from the cans, and then you go out and you buy polyurethane, and you find yourself some pallets and stuff like that. Okay, so, but sometimes I explain things, but I don't show you everything. I don't have the time, I don't have a GoPro to show everything and show the process. But one thing I wanted to show you is, you see, I made reference of some letters that I went to, you see, I went to Target and I bought for like $4 each. And I think I made reference of making signs like with Christian sayings, bless this house, God bless you, only God, that sort of thing. You can also do names, you know, like Jonathan or Joey or Shaniqua or Kalani or Kiana, you know, stuff like that. Jashawn, you know, you can get letters to spell a name, and basically what you can do is you know, you get yourself this palette or get some wood and you start making something. So I think in the video I had shown you this, right? That I stained, okay, and I also painted. Bear with me because I'm tearing this place up here. I got my battery charger with cable. I'm limited in space too. I'm working out of my attic, and as you see, look, I got pallets down here. I got a whole bunch of pallets, so I got projects to do. It's just that I have a full-time job. Pretty soon I'm going to be snow plowing, you know, besides painting. So, but anyways, so a prime example is this right here that I'm going to show you. So I have the letters I painted. And actually these letters spell God in Portuguese, okay? So I'm just going to show you briefly, you know, what can be done. This can be put in somebody's living room or something, you know, something powerful, something that has meaning, something that's going to uplift and bless people. You know, this is something that can be done. Here's an S that I painted in a gray. Why? Because it's two different words. So I have an S and an O. In Portuguese, that means only. Só, only. Translated into English. Deus, see, D-E-U-S. Deus means God. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pre-drill. See, I got myself a jalopy cordless drill from, this is a dinosaur of a drill, okay? This is a 9-volt. You don't see this very often. You only see this stuff like on yard sales. You know, somebody's getting rid of it because the batteries probably don't work anymore or something like that, you know? But it's a 9-volt. This is a 9-volt battery, and it's a, this, by the way, this is a when they first came out, the first DeWalt's, I bought one. Okay, for painting, and then I was up on a 40-foot ladder and I dropped it. So this thing is technically cracked, but it still works. It held up. It stayed together. If it fell 40 feet, I'm gonna keep the thing because it's meant to be kept. You know, so anyways, you see a tiny little drill. So what you're gonna do with these letters, and I'm gonna explain this to you. Okay, this is made out of pine. But the thing is that these letters have dried out already. The pine has dried out, so it becomes brittle. Pine becomes brittle, especially something like this, okay? So you want to pre-drill with a tiny little drill bit, okay? You pre-drill the letters, And then what you're going to do is, you're not going to put screws. Don't put screws, because screws may, what it's going to do is split that wood. Okay? So what you want is a finish nail. You want a finish nail, and you're going to send, or you're going to bang in the finish nail, and then you're going to get what they call nail setters. Okay? In time, you can get all this stuff. Okay? So you get a nail setter, and you're going to make that nail go below the surface a little bit. Okay? Anyways, so one thing that I did, I painted this a first coat, okay? And then I used, okay, this is something you can buy. Remember I showed you this little can of polyurethane? Okay, you don't have to use the oil-based polyurethane fast drying. You can also buy a small can of what they call polyacrylic, okay? This is polyurethane latex. And you can do this to coat. So what you're going to do is you're going to paint it in the color, let it dry, and then you're going to top coat this letter and put that polyurethane to protect the paint color. Okay? So and that's it. This is something you can do like in 3 or 4 days. Honestly, you got to allow things to dry. Once you use the nails, okay, you send the nails, then it's something that you can hang. Okay, so look, this is what that looks like. See how cool that looks? You guys can do anything. You can come up and guys, even, you know, find yourself somebody in the ghetto. Ghetto has a lot of artists, a lot of people that do tagging. They tag buildings and trains and stuff like that. Get them to do something for you, and you know, make it on a palette and spray paint it and stuff and make it look nice. That's an idea. I'm giving you all kinds of ideas. Okay? But you need to hustle. You need to think for yourself, and just take my pointers and go out. You go out into the neighborhood, go out in the city, and see what you see. You know what I mean? And like I said, and someone's trash can be somebody else's treasure. And I'm a firm believer of that. I have dressers that I have finished. I'm using one. I found one half hour away. I found it on Craigslist on the free stuff section, you know. And it said there was like curbside. Curbside means that it's out on the sidewalk. Anyone can take it. So I drove from my house a half hour out there. I picked it up, put it in the back of my truck, and it's wicked heavy. You know, somebody had painted it. I sanded it off. I took all the paint off, and then I polyurethane I polyurethane it inside and out, and I use it. I've been using it now for like what 10 years or more. You see, so that's my treasure, and it's the fruits of my labor. Refinish that thing, you know, and it has an emotional attachment to me now. So the same thing with what you create. This is a little bit of you goes with that piece, and you sell it. Another thing. Don't sell it and price gouge. You know what I mean? Don't sell it and try to get $300, because it's realistically, you're not going to get $300. Okay? Remember, here's another thing. Jhonny LaSalle always tells you stuff. 50% of something is better than 100% of nothing. Okay? So in other words, if you make a little sign like that, you could sell it for $30, $40, maybe $50. Okay? And that's better than you turning around and selling for $100. You may not get the $100, but $40 here and another $40 there, guess what, man? You can get those sneakers that you always wanted. You can go buy shoes, go buy socks, go buy underwear, go buy clothing, okay? And little by little, you start looking sharp. And when you buy clothing, this is just baby steps. You see, you're making signs, you're making stuff, furniture, refinishing. You can make a bed, you can make a backboard, paint it in the American flag colors, paint it in the Jamaican colors, paint it in African Kenyan colors. You know what I mean? For those brothers and sisters from Africa, okay? Be creative. All right, and then you start selling that stuff. Next thing you know, you got nice clothing. You go for a job interview, and you go to McDonald's, go to Burger King, get yourself a job. Walk to it if you need to, and then get a bicycle. You know what I mean? You can get a bicycle on Craigslist, right? You get a bicycle on Craigslist. Free even. Okay? Don't be too proud. Get a used bicycle, and next thing you know, you start making money, and if you want to get yourself a Cannondale, you get yourself a Cannondale. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Then you get yourself a fully suspended bike, shock absorbers in the front and a mono shock in the back. You can go over bumps and things, and you're bouncing around and you're riding. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, you're riding that bicycle to and from for 6, 8, 10 months, 1 year. Next thing you know, you got that job for a whole year. You can go to save yourself some money, go to a car dealership, and you get yourself a nice used jalopy. Okay? You get a used jalopy. Next thing you know, you're putting rims on it. You're painting, you tinting the windows. You know, you got a nice whip. All right? Guys, just dream. Dream. Don't stop dreaming. Don't ever stop dreaming. The only people that stop dreaming are dead people. They can't dream. They're in a different realm. Okay? Look, Jhonny LaSalle cares about you guys. I had a son, 24 years old. I don't tell this to a lot of people. Some people know, some people don't. Okay? But not online. I don't think I've said that. But I had a 24-year-old son back in 2008. And my son was a street walker. He was a street savvy kid. Dropped out of school, didn't finish high school. He was all angry, you know what I mean? And he ended up doing a few things. He was incarcerated for 9.5 months. He came out of jail, okay? 6 days later, he was dead. My son died of a drug overdose. He made a conscious decision to take methadone. And he died. That's my story. So you see, I have a connection. I have a connection. I feel that I need to share my story. I need to tell people and just give you a little bit of that oomph, that support, that value that you need in order to do something with your life and do something better. Look, we all had cards dealt to us. I've made very unwise decisions. I've screwed people over. I've done stuff. You understand? But you know what? I became mature. I went back and I told those people I'm sorry for what I did. I became a better person, and I'm giving a better example to my young son, Daniel. He's 15 years old. He's Jonathan's brother. My first son, his name was Jonathan. Okay? So, he has purpose. I have purpose, and I want to make sure that my son doesn't go through what Jonathan went through. You understand? Dream. Follow your dreams, but you need to dream. Don't stop dreaming. Don't worry about your situation. One day you will be out of that situation. There's football players that suddenly they were ghetto kids. Okay, and someone gave him a little, gave him a helmet. Someone, probably the Boys and Girls Club, set up a little league. Somebody watched him play. They said, "Oh wow, we want that kid on our team." Next thing you know, there's opening of doors. The same thing with baseball. The same thing with track and field. Okay, you have Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt. He wasn't a rich kid. He didn't have a silver spoon. He worked very hard for what he got. And look at him now. He's the king of Jamaica, man. You all know him. He's like pointing up, he's pointing up, man. And then you always see him making reference to God. Okay? This world revolves around the Almighty. God will take care of you. You get on your knees and you pray. Don't expect miracles, because you got to help yourself too, okay? But I'm telling you, I've been blessed. I've seen miracles. I've been part of a miracle. I fell off a 2-story roof in 2010, and I lived to tell about it. 26 feet I fell, okay? Head first. I never injured my head. I bounced on my shoulder. I never injured my shoulder. I cracked up my right arm and my right leg. Totally mangled them. Destroyed. I got screws in me and everything. Okay? I know what I'm talking about. Miracles? Tell you a little bit about a miracle. These two ladies come to my house. I'm in bed, okay? I'm bedridden for 4 months. This had just happened. These two ladies come over. They knew that something had happened in my house, and they came over and they prayed over me. My wife and I were sitting down at that very moment before they showed up. We were sitting down making a grocery list, okay, to buy food. Believe it or not, okay? You can choose to believe it or not. That's my miracle. That's one of the biggest miracles that I talk about. Okay, exactly what was on that list. Those ladies went back out to the driveway. They opened their rear trunk, and out came a whole bunch of bags, grocery bags, and they brought them inside and they put them in the middle of my kitchen. Everything that we put on the list was in those bags. Guys, do you believe? You need to believe. Miracles can happen in your life. Okay? But you got to be righteous. You got to do the right thing. You got to stay away from evil. You stay away from crime. Stay away from drugs. You understand? You got to help yourself. I helped myself. No one. Look, in my house, we used to have parties and everything. Everybody wanted to go to Jhonny LaSalle's house. Oh, he's got a pool. Let's go swimming in his pool. Oh, yeah. People came to my house to go swimming in my pool, to eat my food, drink my drink, enjoy themselves on the weekend. My house was packed with people. When I fell off that 2-story roof, who came to help me? Not those friends. God's people. Only God's people came to help me out. Okay? Continue dreaming. Jhonny LaSalle is going to continue doing these videos. I hope they inspire you. I hope they make you a better person. I hope that you can reflect on it and think outside that box and dream and accomplish things. Okay? God bless you. Thank you for viewing my videos. God bless you in abundance. Jhonny LaSalle loves you. Jhonny LaSalle loves you. Loves people. I love people to life. That's me, Jhonny LaSalle, the Painter Man. God bless you.